Hello everyone! The long-anticipated episode 23 came out yesterday and it had some really interesting details and Easter eggs that I will tell you everything about just now. Plus it was directly connected to the mysterious secret scene I talked about a few days ago, so I have a chance to speak about it again as I know more information about it now. So today I am going to break the whole episode down for you, and if you're really ready to figure out what just happened on the screen, then put all your business aside for the next 15 minutes and trust me. Today, I'm going to analyze the whole 23rd episode for you, and then I'll show you all the secrets and Easter eggs that I managed to find. What is this purple core, and what is this mysterious female voice talking about? What happened after Titans got freed, and what kind of future awaits this universe? And most importantly, what's going to happen to zombie Skibidi scientist in the next episode? Get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end, because I saved the juiciest part for later, just as always. Let's go! But before I'll start digging into episode 23, let me remind you real quick about the events of the previous episode so you won't get too confused about what has actually been going on. So, in the previous episode, a new location was presented to us which looked kind of similar to the forest from episode 13, but in fact, was a completely new location. In there, TV Man, the traitor who turned out to be not a traitor after all, teleported the whole group to the magnetic mines, and then he warns them of the dangers of this cave. But it was too late for Clockman, who already activated the trap with his metal head and got smashed into pieces, which made TV Man laugh. But G-Man quickly neutralizes the danger, and the group then discovers Titan Cameraman and Titan TV Man, who are being chained by the giant magnets in this cave which prevented them from escaping. The Titans were trapped in this cave since the very beginning of the zombie series, so they didn't get to see the union between the Alliance and Skibidi toilets. And in their heads, Skibidi were still their arch-enemies. So after the Titans got released, misunderstandings lead to a fight, as the Titans initially viewed G-Man as an enemy due to their lack of knowledge. However, the confusion clears when G-Man saves Titan TV Man, fighting him from giant stalactite. Then TV Man the traitor tries to explain everything to Titans, but his reliability is heavily questioned by them due to his past actions. So episode ends with TV Man saying mysterious phrase, "You'll understand everything later," and teleporting away, hinting at more complex motives that he has. Okay, so now when your memory is refreshed and you're all set and ready, episode 23 is already on your screens. But before I'll start my actual analysis of it, let me remind you to give this video a like because I would appreciate it a lot, and subscribe to my channel because I really want to achieve my goal in having 100,000 subscribers by the end of this month. Okay, so if you are subscribed now, let's move on to the actual episode. So it starts with the first secret scene we were shown in compilation of all episodes for Season 7. Although now we have more crucial details about it, and I'll tell you everything right now. So now we see the actual POV coming through the bodies of all these petrified TV men as he has been leaded by the mysterious female voice who was saying, "Come to me." And then it says a blurred phrase which sounds like, "Let me destroy you." And as we hear this voice, we've been shown a close-up of this exact purple core that was already present in the secret scene, and most likely it was the source of this devilish voice, which was like a beacon for poor outsiders coming to this alluring siren's trap. And by the way, this awesome voice acting belonged to the YouTuber called Mortimerina. But what is this opening scene actually about? I decided to contact Monster Up directly about this scene, and he revealed something really important to me. He said that it is the same POV plungerman who sees some kind of dream or illusion featuring this core, which calls for him from far away and allures him to come and get it. It's possible that the POV plungerman could have been knocked out somewhere in the battle, and as he is lying unconscious, he sees this weird dream. So it explains a lot and answers to some of my questions that I had while watching the secret scene. And he then told me that he plans to do another additional scene where more information about this detail will be revealed, so I'm really excited to see that. Okay, and then we see how the POV was actually unconscious and lying on the floor in some corridor inside of a building that was filled with zombies. And I won't lie to you guys, when I saw this shot for the first time, I thought that we're back to the third episode again or something like this. I was really attacked by nostalgia at that moment because the locations looked really similar. And just check out this scene. It really looks like one of the first screamers we've ever seen in this series. But wait, why is the POV in here in the first place? And what is this weird new gun that he uses, and where did he manage to get it? Well, as it turns out, the events of this episode are taking place a few weeks after episode 22 ended. And now we see the thick of all the events and fights for freedom coming from the Alliance. So this gun we can see in the POV's hands is an upgraded weapon he managed to find after a few weeks of fighting, and that would actually explain a lot. And it works as some sort of generator of electric threads that are immobilizing the enemies and don't make them do anything. It seems like it actually works as Spider-Man's web, in my opinion, just compare it yourselves. And then the new guest arrives to him and he looks like he just escaped the Exorcist horror movie or something with his spider walk. And it seems to me that zombies also became much more furious and aggressive after these few weeks, because I couldn't remember them climbing on walls that easily. I think they're sort of evolving, and now they are even more dangerous opponents in this confrontation. But the POV still manages to hit him with his gun after a few tries. But then, unfortunately, a huge wave of new zombies falls out of this opened room, and the POV with his comrade have no more choices but to run. Man, that really brings me back to the earliest episodes of this series, and this is so cool to see. What's not cool to see, though, is that his poor comrade didn't have anything like jetpack as his equipment, which is really strange. I mean, you're at total war with zombie right now, so why wouldn't you bring anything else besides your coat? And in turn, the POV still seems to have his exosuit on, because when he jumps from the window, he lands on the ground really softly and comfortably, while his poor buddy gets smashed into the nearest car. And I really doubt that we'll see this poor guy in good health, if you know what I mean. We then witness a scene with literal raining zombies. And dude, there's so many of them that I couldn't help but remember zombie hordes from the game called Days Gone. And then we see our old friend Skibidi once again, and in his toilet cistern we can see a reference to a YouTube channel. And it's so great to see that this Chad also has some upgrades for himself, and now he can actually do something instead of just running around mindlessly. Meanwhile, another zombie freak shows up with intentions to have dinner with us, and I mean it literally, but thankfully he gets crushed like an annoying bug by the giant foot of Titan cameraman. And here we can see that this is really his old version we could remember from episode 23, or the original Boom series, although he got his upgrades as well. And after a fast-paced fight with another zombie freak whom Titan cameraman finishes off as if they were in Mortal Kombat game series, we then see Skibidi Strider with the iconic gun resembling something really interesting in the lower part of his body, if you know what I mean, of course. And this dork really tries to put up a fight for the Chad G-Man, who is still enhanced by the power of X18 core, and of course he gets punished for such an audacity really quickly. After clearing everything up, G-Man turns to his new friend, and Titan cameraman proudly shows him a thumbs up, which is something that you guys should do as well, and give this video a like. And then the POV checks out the tablet where Mission Complete was written, and that Base 23 squad had been saved. And this is, of course, a reference to the Base 23 from episode 13, to where the injured G-Man was taken to get reparations with the help of Drillman holding a Rubik's Cube. So apparently this whole operation we witnessed was focused on saving this exact squad of Base 23 that once helped G-Man, and now it was time to give something in turn, as I think. Okay, and now it's time for the most important part of this video. After Squad 23 gets saved, Titan cameraman gives the POV a signal to activate a special device that he got from TV Man, and now another special operation begins. The POV switches from zombie speaker to zombie scientist and pushes the summoning button. And by the way, check out one crucial detail in this scene. There is a red sign on the building ahead which reads, "As Death of the Company," where the first word was highlighted in bold font. And there are also letters above which compose Cyan, and the letters below that compositist. And generally, these two hints mean that the imminent end is near for Zombie Scientist. Apparently, this guy has simply zero chances against all his opponents at once. Plus, it would be a really sweet revenge to do against him for all the vile things that he had done in zombie form. Okay, so the scientist appears out of the vortex of blue smoke as obedient as a puppet, and based on the look on his face, he seems to realize what's coming for him. But before he even got a chance to do something, he was already pierced by multiple heavy harpoons that immobilized him and didn't give him an opportunity to pull any sort of trick. His cannons were also blocked by special devices, making him completely exposed and vulnerable like a little baby. But Skibidi Scientist still tries to escape and teleport away in the same manner he tried to escape at the end of episode 70 of the original Boom series, but was stopped by the big TV man who canceled his teleportation. In this episode, though, his teleportation gets artificially canceled by the device in the POV's hand, which works as a charm as well. And then, the camera angle focuses of G-Man's determined face, and it becomes obvious to us that zombie Skibidi scientist is about to face his soon end in the next episode. And although the zombie freak still tries to defend himself with the help of giant speaker on his chest, it is still obvious to me that his reign is actually over, and he's got zero chances to survive this, even if somebody would conveniently show up to help him, which is pretty unlikely as well. But what else can happen in the next episode? I believe that the signed zombie speaker wasn't shown to us without any purpose, so I would also suspect that besides the scientist's passing, we can also see a sudden comeback of the zombie speakerman that gave so much troubles to the main characters in previous episodes already. And don't forget how in one of the secret scenes this zombie speakerman was actually heavily upgraded by two other than the plague doctor himself, and that could mean a few things. Now, as TV Man is no more in his humane form, the plague doctor got another apprentice for himself. So now it will be the zombie speakerman who will get sent on special missions to hurt or to manipulate the Alliance. And considering his upgrades, I'd say that he will be a very dangerous opponent for the POV and other comrades of him, and it is possible that we will also see some tense action scene involving this guy. And that was all for today. Write in the comments below about how excited you are to see the next episode in order to find out what will happen to the POV next time. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so you will not miss my new videos. And also to my Discord, where you can contact me directly and get lots of info for my subscribers only. And that was me. ISO Toilet. See ya!